Hello again, race fans. We're back with a quick track tip video today that deals with track borders. Now, if you've done a variety of track layouts and you use the track borders, you've probably run into this situation before, and that is you've got a track border, whether it be a straight or a curve. We call them shoulders, but I guess technically they're called borders. But they come into the inside of a turn, and maybe you don't have the shoulders for the insides of these turns, or maybe you do, but for some reason you're not going to use them, and you'd like to be able to terminate this, in this way. It's obviously doesn't look good. It's ugly like this. Now you do have these track terminators, but they're not designed to go on a turn. They're designed to terminate track on a straight, and obviously when you use them, try to use them here, you get the interference in there. Now this is Carrera 132/124 scale track, but as far as I can tell, this is going to be the same issue that you'll have with other manufacturers like Ninco, Polycar, Scalextric, but it also looks like the modification will be just as easy as it is on this one. The way to mark these for modification is now normally these shoulders or these borders are held on in two spaces on the side of the track. Now here and here, same thing with this turn as well, but we're going to only connect it from the back. We're going to leave the front one here out, and that gives us a little flexibility so that we can underlap this border after we put it in. So notice I put these both in this way, and these terminators now are underlapped the turns. And then you want to mark it with something non-permanent. What works really great is just a regular number 2 pencil, and you might think that you're not going to see this pencil on this black track. Well, graphite's actually silvery, right? So this works real well. We just mark those, and yeah, you can see this quite easily actually because it's silvery, the marks on there, and we're just going to trim right up to that line, and then because it's only pencil, we can just wipe off the excess when we're done. And so after that's marked, then we'll just go ahead and trim off the excess. Now we use this little tabletop belt sander, and we use the end disc on here, and you're just going to trim this away until we're right up against that line. Now this doesn't really grind away the material as much as it melts it, and you kind of end up with some globules, whatever, but it does make a pretty clean line, and if there's some flashing on there and that kind of thing, it pretty much just breaks right off. You can also use a bandsaw. A scroll saw is ideal. A bench grinder you could use, and worst case scenario, use a utility knife to trim that off. Here's some examples on our track where we've done this. We've got these 2 straight shoulders here. Coming out of a high-speed turn, we have 2 straight shoulders in there because the 24 scales pretty much use all of it. But then it comes into this number 2 red turn, so that's a customized terminator there. We have one here, and then coming out of the pits, we have our pit exit, and that comes into a turn, and so then we have a customized terminator here. Now when you do these, you're going to want to mark them. This is where your silver Sharpie comes in real handy to mark the backside, whether it's a terminator for a number 1, 2, 3, or 4 radius turn, or an exit if you do the exit, because they are all different radii and different profiles. One of the things about this though is normally you'd have the borders that connect to the side of the track. Well, these clips here aren't going to line up with the clips or the pockets on the turn, so you're not going to be able to use the connectors. So you can see here this is not connected, and also here same thing, but as long as this is on a flat surface, those are going to stay where they're at, and it's not going to be a problem. Of course, you can buy these terminators separately to use, to customize. You may have some extras lying around that you're not really aware of. The control unit, for example, comes with a left and a right. Any of the wireless controller charging stations come with a left and a right. Driver information centers, the start light as well. There may be some others, but when you take those accessories and you put them next to each other, there's a left and a right that you're no longer using when you string these together, and therefore you may have those left over that you can use to modify. Okay, that's all for now. Hope this helps you out. Give us a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. Subscribe if not already. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.